noticed beyond the border. For the United States, the Jalisco cartel was not only a criminal organization, but a true and proper threat to national security. The American Anti-Drug Agency considered El Mencho the #1 responsible for the fentanyl epidemic, the synthetic drug that was literally devastating the streets and cities of the United States. For this reason, on his head was placed one of the highest bounties ever offered in the history of crime, $15 million. Behind the scenes, the political pressure of Washington on the Mexican government had become unsustainable. American intelligence started to weave an invisible net, intercepting encrypted communications and employing high-altitude surveillance drones. Without this massive technological support, and without the continuous tip-offs from the United States, finding the ghost would have been almost impossible. The final objective of the Americans was clear: capture him alive and extradite him to bury him in a maximum security prison in Colorado, exactly as had been done with El Chapo. As soon as the news of his death spreads, the CJNG literally unleashes hell. The cartel's protocol is clear: create the most total chaos to terrorize the government and paralyze the army's movements. In a few hours, over 85 narco blockades are registered in 20 different states. Fundamental cities like Guadalajara are completely paralyzed. Prisons are assaulted, including a violent prison break in Puerto Vallarta. Pharmacies and supermarkets are set on fire. The government finds itself forced to deploy a colossal force, over 10,000 troops in a few days to quell the riots, in a true and proper display of military force that costs the lives of dozens of National Guard agents and suspected criminals. The killing of El Mencho is without a doubt a monumental blow, but the bloody history of Mexican drug trafficking teaches a harsh lesson. When you cut the head off the snake, often others are born. We already saw it in 2016 with the definitive capture of precisely Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. At the time, it was the power vacuum left by the arrest of El Chapo that allowed El Mencho and his newly born Jalisco cartel to expand like wildfire. Today, 10 years later, history risks repeating itself in reverse. The absence of an authoritarian figure like El Mencho will almost certainly trigger a ruthless war of internal succession. But now that the ghost has fallen, who will take his place at the head of the Jalisco New Generation cartel? The answer to this question is the real nightmare of the Mexican government. The natural blood successors, like his son Ruben, known as El Menchito, have already been neutralized for some time and extradited to maximum security prisons in the United States. This leaves the field open to his most ruthless lieutenants. On one side, there is Hugo Gonzalo Mendoza Gaitan, alias El Sapo, a brutal hitman known for having orchestrated the worst massacres of the cartel. On the other, there is the stepson of El Mencho, Juan Carlos Valencia Gonzalez, nicknamed El 03, who commands the highly feared elite assault groups of the organization.